Replacing valves and installing a new washing machine. William Hovey Smith, 2016. I'm the author of Backyard Deer Hunting and also the owner of a new company, Hovey's Knives of China. And for both uses, we need a new washing machine in the house, and here I am putting one in. This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman. Today we are having adventures in plumbing. Most particularly with replacing the cutoff valve for a washing machine. Now this is a normal looking valve. As you see, it is discolored here, much corroded here, and it don't turn anymore, and it hasn't for years. So it's time to replace it. So what I did was cut the water off to the house, take a hacksaw, cut off this PVC pipe, and now I'm going to replace this section, this section, this section that you can hardly see, but is a connection between these two, and put a new valve on it. Well, that's what we're about. And the washing machine hose, of course, fits here. Now, as it turned out, I just purchased a new washing machine. So it comes with a new hose. There's no reason to save or use the old one. No, it's done its duty, so just throw it away. But this assembly, no, that is pretty well beyond help. So we're putting it in the vise and we are putting new parts together. And we'll bring the camera up and let you see. So here we have the tools we need. This is, of course, the new valve. And we have a reducer that goes over the 1-inch pipe. We have an adapter that fits into the reducer like yay. We have this connection piece that goes in here and also in here. Now it's this join in here and this one that's going to leak. It's going to leak it all. So that's why we're going to put it in the vise so we can put it together tightly. And we're also going to put a little sealer on it. Now, time was you had to use a particular sealer that came with a PVC, blah, 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 blah. But nowadays, there are many silicone-based sealers that will do very well to seal these joints and these pipes. And I've just gotten through caulking some windows, and I happen to have a little silicone caulk left over. So let's see if I can get a little bit out. That's more than an ample amount. Put that on the threads. And this will ensure that I get a good waterproof seal on both of these parts. Just thread them in straight. There we go. Doesn't want to go very easily, but it will go. All right. So we take this part and we start threading it on straight. Now I'm starting to get some resistance, which is good. And that's where the old pipe wrench comes in. Now, whatever happens, I guarantee you that ain't gonna leak. You'll notice as we compare the two parts, there is about the same gap here and here between the brass fitting and the steel fitting as there was before. If you put it together and your join is this tall, then you're not screwing it down far enough, and you'll probably wind up with a leak. So something like between 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch is what you want in this gap right here. No more than that. If it's 1/2 an inch, it's much too much. And you need to actually put it in a vise or between 2 good wrenches and really take it down and put some force on it. Now, we're going to put this plastic piece on that'll actually attach to the PVC pipe that carries the water. And again, I'm going to put a little caulk on it. Make sure we get a good seal. And screw it in by hand, get it started straight. Again, a wrench on it. What I'm looking for is a positive stop when I run out of threads. Okay. That may be pretty close. Of course, these two were companies decades apart. There's nothing to say that these threads are identical or any of the same size or anything of that nature. I'm going to try one more little tweak and see if we can get it down a little bit more. Okay, that's it. I don't dare go any further. Okay. So we're 2 threads down, and on this one, yeah, we were also about 1.5 threads down. So we're getting in there. We're getting very, very close indeed. And now we're going to let the magic of chemical bonding do its thing. But first, I want to take the sandpaper and get a fresh surface on this PVC. This old pipe is not as reactive as the new stuff. Okay. So then we take it and put some magic purple primer on it. The purple primer was followed by the application of PVC cement. Well, how did we do? Well, the repair that we did just dandy. But if you listen, you will hear the telltale drip of another leaking water faucet. Yep. The cold water side is now fine now that I've replaced it, but the hot water side is leaking. Now you will notice on the hot water side that there's not as much hardware on it. There is just the valve and a reducer, a much more simpler installation than the 3-piece unit I used, plus less subject to corrosion because you just have the PVC and brass. So that is actually the better solution, provided I can get that valve off without breaking that old PVC pipe. In removing this valve, which has only a connection with a PVC, We're going to try to be as gentle as we can, because the problem with PVC is that it does embrittle with age. Now, we've already used our pipe wrench here and loosened this, so we can hopefully screw it off and get rid of this hose. We have iron in our water, and it's also a bit on the acid side, so it does corrode brass and metal fittings somewhat. We now have us a new fitting, a stronger, heavier one, so hopefully this will give us a little better service than what we had. Alright, getting it started evenly on the threads, that's good. I want to back up that connection before we put any serious stress on it. Alright, our next step, now that we have had the water on for a while, and both of these faucets seems to be doing just fine now, is to attach our hoses. Then climb it over the top of the washing machine to do it. But it's also much easier to make sure you get the threads on straight. And also give them a little bit of tightening with a wrench here. We have everything hooked up now. Just a note, if you're putting in one of these things, don't get too excited about it, but go ahead and make sure that you have your discharge hose here and your power cable loose and connected before you shift this washing machine in its position, or you're going to have to shift it again in order to have room enough to plug these things in. So, okay, here goes. We shouldn't see any water spraying or going anywhere. And that connects to here. This is the cold water side. And those connections look solid. So let's try the other valve. There. All right, got it off, and we preserved these threads, so that's good. I put that fitting back into the vise, took it apart, reapplied some more cement, and tightened it up a little more. Well, once again we try, and where I found the leak was between this piece and this piece. So I took both pieces off and put it in my bench vise and tightened this on again. And I've got it probably a full turn or so tighter than it was before, and also put some more compound between the in the threads. So we'll see what happens when we turn it on. And we have water pressure, so we turn on this one, and that's good, like it was. And now we'll try this one. Okay, we've got water in the pipe now. We got water flowing through that valve. It's fully open. Don't see anything on this side. So let's go around and look at the other side. I don't see anything there. So I believe we have that part done. Well, we're running a test load in our washer. We have at the moment a level washer, and you can see the spirit level in the middle. We've added a load of wash and some detergent, and so we are proceeding. All right. Now that's a spin cycle like they're supposed to be. Well, our test flight has been accomplished, and the washing machine has washed its clothes. So, yeah, installation was a success. But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe. Goodbye, God bless, and see you next time. I am the author of a series of outdoor books that are among the most complete in their class. Among them is an introductory book for deer hunters, backyard deer hunting, extreme muzzleloading, which is, of course, about muzzleloading, and even practical bow fishing. These are some of the knives that we're going to be making with Hovey's Knives of China. They're interesting patterns made from ancient designs. I also have a new series of business books under the Profit brand. The first of these is Ideas for New Businesses, How to Form Your Own Million or Billion Dollar Business. And here is a little blurb about me, about what I do, and about the book. Now, the materials needed are listed below. You can get these at many hardware stores, and all of mine happen to come from True Value. For more information on Hovey's Knives of China, you can go to my blog below. For information on my books, blogs, and more than 525 videos, you can go to www.hoveysmith.com. Good hunting and good eating from the outdoors. Goodbye, and God bless.